Colonel Sanders, the man who made KFC. It's a story unknown to many. With KFCs all over the world, you would think everyone would know his story. I'm Stevo The Madman. I'm a Snapchatter, presenter, personality, but really, I'm just a normal geezer. Before KFC, Harlan Sanders was a hard-working but unsuccessful businessman. I've come to Corbin, Kentucky, the birthplace for KFC. After working many jobs throughout his life, Sanders ran a service station here, and over time, started to cook meals for the customers. In 1938, he perfected his chicken recipe and began to franchise his chicken in restaurants throughout the country. This is where Colonel Sanders first started his empire. I'm here in Kentucky to find out the origins of the chicken that I love. It's a good story. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know the guy was real. A lot of people didn't know the guy was real. I just thought he was that white guy with a bow tie, you know what I mean? So I'm here to find out more about him. I'm here to find out about his story. I'll be honest, it's some free chicken. I'm on it, I ain't gonna lie to you. Come on.
When I first came down to this country, this was the first service station that I had. Decided we'd try to sell some food to some people that were stopping with us.
I'm about to meet a man called Steve Daring. And aside from working with the Colonel for many years, I've been told he lives and breathes KFC. I just hope he's got a mint. How you doing? I'm Steve.
I'm Steve. I love your name, man. This is a model of what Corbin KFC would have looked like in 1940.
Mate, this is some good work.
Thank you. I built this model 30 years ago.
Hang on, Steve. You've done me here. You built this.
Yes. The hotel pretty much was what he started with, and this was just a restaurant to support the cafe. These are some images of the Colonels through the years. You can see here he was running for state senator. That's when he was 18 years old.
He's actually licking his fingers there, finger licking good.
And it is true that a lot of people, and that's how that started, would eat the chicken. It was a little bit sticky, and they would actually lick their fingers to get the stickiness and the flavor off.
I actually bit my finger off once. It was so nice, I tried to eat my finger.
This is one of the original place settings tables that would have been in the restaurant. In fact, if you look on the wall here, there's a photograph, and that table is this table that she was serving from, so this is an original table.
My Lord. Would I be able to pick something up like this from IKEA?
No.
We had 2 bedrooms and a bathroom there, you see.
So this was actually in the restaurant?
Right. He forced you to interact with this room by putting the ladies' restroom, the men's restroom, and the payphone, which were very highly trafficked items.
You're joking.
And the mom could say, you know, honey, this is pretty nice. We should stay here. So he was marketing his hotel.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And another thing as well, usually after I've eaten, I get a bit horny, so to say, you know?
Right.
So mate, there's a little bed. You could use the little bed after as well. Obviously the Colonel worked. Where did he rest? Did he sleep in his own hotel?
It's interesting you should ask that. This is the house where the Colonel lived while he was doing that. I'll show you kind of where he lived.
A bit like MTV Cribs.
Come on. What gets me, my juices flowing, is thinking about the Colonel and Claudia and their family sitting in here having a meal.
Claudia, this chicken's shit.
Right. That probably happened.
Meant to sell this.
That probably happened quite a bit. This is actually a flour sifter that you'd slide this out, put your flour in it, put your bowl down here, and you'd sift your flour.
If you say Sith, I'm thinking Star Wars.
Okay,
so
sift.
Sith Lord. Oh,
no,
sift.
Sift,
oh.
S-I-F-T.
Okay. Back in the day, you've done a lot more as a family. Because even now at the dinner table, my little girl will be on her phone. Although we're together as a family, we're not really together as a family, you know what I mean? Yeah. So was he very family orientated?
KFC is very much a family business, and I think that stems from the Colonel. The Colonel started his business, his family was involved in the business. All of his franchisees were like family.
Expensive Christmas for the Colonel.
Yes, for sure.
Bloody hell.
This is a fairly exotic bathroom for the times.
There's a little thing that I do, and the Colonel would appreciate this. So when the soap gets to about there, in the liquid soap, instead of going to buy a new one, I fill it up with water.
So you dilute it a little bit?
A little bit, but it lasts an extra 3 weeks. Saves me £1.
Good idea.
Now through the year, every 3 weeks save yourself £1. You do the maths, Steve.
It's a good idea.
Maths, mate.
Yeah,
you do the maths.
I'll have to try that.
I need a bit of time to take this in because he was a marketing genius. like way beyond his time. He was a family man. At the same time, it's very hard, which I'm finding out, that to be a family man, hands-on family, but then be hands-on with your business. You know what I mean? And he seemed to get the right blend, you know what I mean? So yeah, big up the Colonel. He's one of my heroes now, I ain't lying to you. Yes, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
You all right?
Yep, Steve-O, how are you?
I'm good.
So where are you up to now?
Probably gonna go into the centre of Corbin. Big up you, thank you. I wanted to see what Corbin was like. Try some food and meet some of the local people. But really, I wanted to see if the Colonel was the inspiration they say he was. Feels like Back to the Future. Waiting for Marty just to come past on a hoverboard or something. Doing some research on the Colonel. Do you know much about the Colonel?
His beliefs really instilled values in the way that we cook down south. I know that everybody in my family has always tried to imitate the seasonings in their fried chicken.
Everything, even this, everything comes with so much flavour. I'm a comedian back home. I make jokes about the fact that white people don't usually season. That's another, no, for real.
Oh, I do.
I know you do. Even your cake seems seasoned. I'm going to take that back home with me. The stereotype definitely stops. Probably in my house with my girlfriend. She's probably the only white person that don't season, but yeah, no.
I don't know how much time you have left here, but there's actually a Colonel Sanders Park up the road.
For real, he's got his own park. Colonel, nice little thing you got going on there. It's not a park. It's more of a garden though, bro. Whoa, this is mad interesting. You know Sanders, he had his own shell garage. Well, there was a competitor, and the competitor kept coming, painting over his signs and messing up his business. Sanders then went and called the other officials from Shell. They've come down. He shot them. He shot one of them anyway, murdered them, and then Sanders shot him back. But this is the funny part. As Sanders has shot Stuart, Stuart's then said, "Don't shoot, you've killed me. How can you talk if you're dead?" Stuart received 18 years for the murder of Shell manager Robert Gibson. And obviously Sanders went on to basically Sanders got rid of the competition. Wowza, listen to this, right? KFC was one of the first fast food restaurants to move into the Asian markets. Unfortunately, when the slogan "finger licking good" was originally translated to Japanese, it read, "We'll eat your fingers off." Imagine that. We'll eat your fingers off. Yes, my people, day one over, finito. And what a day it was, man. Imagine, I went to the Colonel's first ever restaurant. Met a guy called Steve Daring. He's a part of 150 franchises. Guap, money's readies, yeah? And when I said that to him, he was like, no. He goes, no, I'm good, I'm happy. You know what I mean, just playing it down, but yeah, man's rich, really rich. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to the farm. I'm going to do one of the jobs the Colonel done. I think he was about 10 years old when he worked on the farm. So yeah, I'm gonna go and be put through my paces and see how I get on. You know I don't like any hard graft. But anyway. The Colonel got his first job when he was 10 years old.
I used to work here on this farm. I was 10 years old at that time.
10 years old, I think I just discovered girls French kissing. I was certainly not working. The Colonel lost his father when he was 5 years old, so from the age of 5, he had to sort of take a responsibility to raise his family, his brothers, sisters, because his mum was at work. If you've had no choice but to work from the age of 10 years old, when you get older, it's just second nature to you, you know what I mean? I want to try myself. I want to get on the farm. I want to try and get my hands dirty, my feet dirty. I think I'm going to get everything dirty. But yeah, I want to really give it a go and see what the Colonel had to sort of put up with, so yeah.
Hey, how you doing, bud?
How you doing?
I'm Alan. Oh, yeah.
The Colonel worked on a farm back in the day. Was it a lot different back in the day to what it is now working on a farm?
Oh, yeah. The technology is a lot easier.
Oh, it's easier?
Oh, yeah. It's a lot easier. Not that easy. Don't get too excited.
What's that there? A chicken?
No, that's a cat.
Is that on tiptoes? Look how tall it is. Mate, I'll be honest with you, cows don't sit right with me, man. Have you ever seen a cow smile? Walk past a horse, you see teeth, like, if you think, that's a friendly horse. Cows are... This one's staring at me. Like, I'm saying he, but it's probably a she, right? It's got tits. Teats. That's one thing I know about the body. There's a pair of teats. You know when the cows sleep? They sleep standing up, right?
Ah, that's a myth.
A myth. The Colonel, he started working on a farm at as young as 10 years old. Is that not dangerous?
Hey, it can be. I started when I was young. I was driving a tractor, planting tobacco.
There's no like legal age limit to be a farmer.
Most farms are family owned. It can be any age. We can work any amount of hours.
What's the average hours you work on a farm?
8 until we're done.
Imagine being 10 years old doing this. Jeez, my kids wouldn't survive 1 minute.
We gotta take this and we gotta put it into its feeder there.
I'm sure I can do that.
Right.
How long shall I chew this hay for?
Till the flavor runs out.
I don't think it's got any flavour to it. I'm a quick learner, look. He's left me already, look, with his cows. Worst thing is, he don't even know I like burgers. Got shit on my hands, man. It actually smells quite nice.
We gotta clean this up. It's all touching the wire. This is really what the Sanders would have done.
Light work! This can't be a job that a little kid would have had.
He still would have had this job, but it wouldn't have been with this kind of equipment.
This equipment wasn't around, so what are they doing?
Pulling it up by hand.
The Colonel done that when he was a kid. I've now got to go and chop down a tree. Sanders wouldn't have had a chainsaw, would he? He'd have had to use bare hands, chop with an axe, right?
Oh, yeah. All right, well, we're here.
I thought that was what we was doing, the walk.
No. You're natural, bud. I'm telling you.
I've tossed a few things in my time. I was done. I can't lie. I was sweating like mad in that suit. That was to protect me from the insects if anyone was wondering. But I really warmed to Alan. He was just a proper southern man. And he looked after me as well. Yeah, big up Alan. If this funny stuff don't work out, I think I got a career as a farmer.
It's nice to feel so good about a meal.
I'm at the Claudia Sanders dinner house. When you hear dinner house, you're thinking it's going to be something small, but this is ridiculous. Reminds me of Disney. I'm here to find out more about Claudia, the Colonel's wife. I'm going to meet the owners. They knew the Colonel on a personal level, so let's find out some more. I feel like I have to be posh. Start using words like establishment. Cherry Settle was a national sales hostess for KFC. The Colonel had seen her presentations and become impressed with her work. Cherry and her husband, knowing how well the franchises were doing, asked the Colonel if he could help them source one. Well, talk about generous. This is what he gave them.
There's the Colonel and Claudia.
And Claudia.
She worked for him in Corbin, and she was a waitress. The interstate went through and cut off all their business. So he decided to go around to the different chicken restaurants. Say he'd come to me and say, try my chicken. And for every head of chicken I would sell his way, I'd have to give him a nickel. And he did that all over the country, and Claudia traveled with him.
What was she like?
Oh, she was a true Southern lady. The Colonel kind of ruled the roost, but she told him more what to do than people realized. He was very difficult to work with if you didn't pay attention to what he
Well,
said.
I tell you what, Steve, he said he was a lovable guy, but he did say he was very taskmaster.
There's only one way to cook Colonel Sanders Kentucky Fried Chicken, and that's my way.
Claudia gave me a secret. She said, you listen to everything he says, and then you go on and do what you know is right.
Oh, I think that's what my girlfriend does. Is there something that attracts the people to this?
Well, one thing we're known for is our 8 vegetables.
I didn't even know there was 8 vegetables
around. They're the old-time country vegetables. I'll leave you to your meal.
Scooby-Doo. Oh gosh. I'm stuffed.
Got a small stomach.
I wanted to learn more about Claudia, and I think I did. I know I did. It confirmed that she was a hell of a driving force behind the Colonel. Looking at me, look. I'm not pregnant! Yes, people. I'm actually on the way to the KFC headquarters now. So I've been to Corbin, where he opened his first restaurant, which wasn't called KFC at the time. In 1939, he perfected the spices. And in 1952, he opened the first KFC. Now, I want to know what the hell we done between 1939 to 1952. How did it become so big? How did it go from a little restaurant in Corbin to the big entity that it is now? So I want answers, people. That's what I want. I want answers, and I want them now, to be honest with you. I want some chicken, and I want that now too. The Colonel was 62 years old by the time the first ever KFC restaurant opened. It would be fair to say he met a lot of people along the way, and one of them was Jeannie. She worked for the Colonel when he was an ambassador for KFC. Did he love his own chicken?
Oh my gosh, he loved his chicken.
There's a saying, they say, don't get high off your own supply. You know what I'm saying? So
The Colonel was high on his supply all the
go.
time. He absolutely loved his chicken. You know, he started Kentucky Fried Chicken. In 1952, he was 62 years old, but he was still running his restaurant in Corbin. But in 56, there was going to be an interstate to bypass it. His next step was to sell the restaurant in Corbin. And he went on the road. He was able to build up to 600 outlets. Yeah. Mostly they were restaurants that were owned by other people.
Selling the chicken.
Featuring Kentucky Fried Chicken on their menu.
Okay.
I mean, it just went crazy. In fact, the first show that he went on was What's My Line?
Panel, we can tell you that Colonel Sanders is self-employed and deals in a product, and we'll begin the general questioning with Arlene Francis.
Colonel, I don't know what you do, but I think you look too beautiful to work.
They had to guess who this person was, but they couldn't guess who he was. That's how early it was that the Colonel went on
You get
there.
it now, straight away.
Oh, yes, exactly.
So one thing I did notice is he's traveling the world a lot.
Absolutely. It was during the time between 1964 and 1972 that it really expanded. In fact, even before it was sold, the Colonel started franchising in London
I did
and
notice
England.
that. Who's this, Jeannie? I've just noticed this. Who's this model with the Colonel?
A very young me.
Was Playboy out them times, Dick? I'm sure you could have had a feature. I'm telling you. One thing I do want to ask you is the safe.
Ah, yes.
Is the recipe in there?
Not that one, that's just a fake. But it is at this headquarters
Is
here.
it?
It absolutely is.
Boys, it's here. Get the team to come and get
I
it.
don't know exactly where it is in this building, but it's somewhere in one of these buildings.
Jeannie, you know everything. You know where that is. The reason I asked about the recipe, obviously I'm never going to get the full recipe, but after this, I am going to the kitchen to try and make some chicken myself. I'm going to try and go out onto the streets of Louisville and try and sell it. Exactly like, yes.
Sell it or give it away?
Well, I'm probably going to have to give it away. But like the Colonel, I like a pound note or a
There
dollar.
you go.
Can I have a cuddle?
Hey, you bet. Oh, it was great to meet you.
Lovely meeting you. Konnichiwa. Let's get it done. Bonjour. Yes. Oui. Au revoir. No. We're not going to put pasta on the menu, Tony. Ciao. It means bye. You're supposed to be Italian, man. What's wrong with you? That's the Italian office. If you haven't noticed, this is the international headquarters. This is where I sit down and I speak to people in different languages. So, 1 second. Wagwan.
Hi, Stevo. Welcome to the kitchen. I'm Steph.
Hi, Steph. All I've wanted to do this whole trip is make my own chicken.
If you're gonna cook anywhere, I feel like here's
So I should
like a
start.
really, yeah, good place
Okay,
to start.
so I've never actually cooked in my life. Once I've cooked, and that was for another show I did. I know the Colonel's recipe is secret and it's sought after, but I feel I can challenge him.
Ingredient number 1, breading flour. So let's start there.
Yeah?
There we go.
Is there any chance you could go into the safe and get me the ingredients?
I wish. There's only so many people who can get into the safe.
Well, how many people know the recipe?
There's only 2 people.
I want to sort of make a bit of a secret ingredient myself.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you watch the majority.
And then I'll have to like...
Yeah,
okay,
turn away. And
okay.
also, Steph, if you wouldn't mind calling me chef.
Got it.
I'm going to keep it professional, you know? This is quite big, so I'm going to need a lot of salt.
That's like a little pinch for in here. It is your
Maybe
secret
I
recipe.
only want a pinch.
So,
Black pepper, ginger, you know, just in case anyone's got a cold or anything
that's
like that.
right. Your secret recipe is gonna be very healing.
Just for now, can you turn the other way, please? You can turn back around now. You don't know what I'm putting, do you? Man, it's looking a bit pale, Steph.
Chef, I think we need a few more ingredients.
White pepper? When? I'm gonna put a bit of that in, yeah? What's paprika?
Add a little spice.
I just want a touch. Garlic, I love garlic. This is the secret ingredient. It's called the hop and season. Yeah, what do you know about that one? Can you hop, please, Steph? Okay, thank you. Oh, God, I'm tired now. Brazil.
Basil.
Nice
that
now.
smells really good.
It does smell really
Yeah.
good, doesn't it? Chicken wing.
It was good.
Woo. Come on.
We would probably look over every piece right now if you want to.
Nah. I'll have a look at a few bits. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, looks good. Yeah.
Lick your wrists and roll your chicken around. And
at
you
the
want to
flick
do
of the
that for
wrist.
7 times.
Wow. Oh, God! I've lost
what?
the chicken. So this is where you need to take love and care, you know?
Absolutely.
It's like when you make love to a lady, obviously. What I do, you know? So you have to, oh God, that was a bit hard. Sometimes I do go rough. I'll put my hips in it as well.
It's a total body
Yeah,
experience.
yeah. The way I'm sweating, it most definitely is.
We're gonna do a little wing yoga here. And we're gonna fold it. And look, it's like a little heart. Isn't that sweet? Perfect.
Remember Street Fighter? It sounded like Street Fighter then. I think I need to name my chicken. Tender de Stevo. De with a D-E.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Here is your tender de Stevo.
Oh, it's Tender della Stevo.
Della
I've added
Stevo.
a la to it. It sounds more
Got you.
exotic. Can you try it for me? Crunchy.
It's very fresh, very hot,
Oh, what, hot and spice?
and it's not too garlicky.
Oh, I thought it might be garlicky. Let me try some. Let me try some. Oh! Hot. This is tasting kind of all right. I'm gonna take my chicken and I'm gonna go. See you later.
All right, hey, hat and apron,
Oh, my bad.
enjoy.
Ciao. I didn't put as much salt in the chicken because we have too much salt in our stuff. I want to try the white guy first. He won't notice. Dude, sorry to interrupt, but this is for a good purpose. Look, I went and made my own chicken. Would you try a bit for me? You ain't gonna die. Not on cam anyway. Try that one. Tell me what you think.
Tastes like KFC.
Oh, really? You can't taste the difference? I told you wouldn't notice. Nice one, dude. Thank you, bro. You got lovely eyes, by the way. He liked it. Dude! So, this is my chicken. Would you be ever so kind to try some?
Let me take another bite.
Go on, go on.
I'm not quite ready yet.
Hey, yeah? You like?
That's pretty good. Check it easy now.
Success. Sick. That fella looked like he liked a bit of chicken. I ain't gonna lie to you, yeah? Excuse me, darling. Vegan.
Sorry.
Vegan. Excuse me, boss. Would you be so kind to try a bit for me?
I'm good, man.
You don't like chicken? No?
Yeah, thank you.
So you know KFC's got their own special recipe, right?
yeah, I love KFC.
Wow, this is a little twist. I've done my own recipe. Let me know what you think, please.
Very good.
Yeah?
I like it.
Yeah?
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes, I really do like it.
I told you, mate. I told you. I told you. As soon as I was seasoning it, I smelled it. Even Steph looked at me and was like, whoa. Yeah? If you're from the UK, you know what whoa means, you hear me? When you see a nice lady, it's like, whoa, you hear me? Nice chicken, whoa. I'd like to think mission accomplished, apart from the vegan girl. I don't know why she didn't try it. It's delicious, man. Man, that's a wrap on day 2. What a day. Went down to the KFC HQ, learned some history, spoke to a lovely lady. She knew so much about the Colonel. I ended up making my own chicken, going onto the streets, offering people my own chicken. It was incredible because the people actually liked it. But what a day, man, what a day. Started with the farm, the jobs that the Colonel had to do as a 10-year-old boy, I couldn't even do as a 33-year-old man. So again, just so much props to the Colonel, man, and Harry come up. As my time in Kentucky is coming to an end, I have to say, I absolutely love this place. I feel like not only have I learnt about the Colonel, but I've lived like him too, working and cooking as he did, as well as meeting his close friends and colleagues. He was a workhorse, he was a doer, he was a marketing genius, and that's something I aspire to be.
Don't you believe in retirement?
No. Not a bit in the world. When the Lord put old Father Adam here, he never told him to quit at 65, did he?
That's right.
He's working for 30 years.
Right on.
I think as long as you've got health and ability, why, use it to the end.
So before I go, I just want to see the Colonel's grave. And we're over here now. Just looking for it. What a graveyard, by the way. It's never nice to obviously come to a graveyard, but this is something so beautiful. Oh, whoa, 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 stop. There it is. That's it there, bruv. See, there's one thing I do know, and that is graves are expensive. I mean, I've lost my little brother, and I remember when my mum and dad had to buy the grave, the stone, it was really, really expensive. I actually remember thinking, bloody hell, this is what people are actually paying. But you look around at these graves, and especially the Colonel's, that must be an arm and a leg. Like, not a chicken leg, by the way. So obviously, he's got his wife, Claudia, who was a crucial part of everything he'd done. She's buried here. His beloved wife, Claudia Ellen Sanders, born near London, Kentucky, September 7th, 1902. Truly the Colonel's lady and co-worker in his enterprises, died December 31st, 1996. So just like my Emma, she was crucial to everything he's trying to build, or everything he did build. She's crucial to everything I'm trying to build. Man, he left his mark on the world, on business, on food. Big up the Colonel, man. He loved the sculpture of himself, though, didn't he? Colonel Harlan Sanders, born near Henryville, Indiana, September 9th, 1890. Founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken Empire, died Louisville, Kentucky, December 16th, 1980. He was 90. Died of leukemia, by the way, which my little brother passed off as well. There's so much connection with me and the Colonel. It's actually very, very, very weird, man. It's the hard work and dedication and planning and preparation. Like, it's just, there's so much I'm going to take away, but it's just not giving up and seeing something and just sort of steaming towards it, and that's what he did, and doing it in a way with a smile and making other people happy, and that's what I want to do, man. And obviously he done it with his missus alongside him as well. That's what I'm doing. I wanted to end this journey with coming to visit the Colonel's grave. I'm glad I did. I've learned so much about the Colonel. I've learned so much that I'm going to take away and bring into my own life, not just my businesses, my actual life. I've been Stevo The Madman. This has been the Colonel's life story. Peace.
So my question was, what could I say about that wreck? You see, I knew it was going to be wrecked. And the chicken was taken. It's proven it was taken with the public. And all I had to do is stay with it and it'll go on. I think the moral to my life is don't quit at 65. Maybe your boat hasn't come in yet. See, my